Hey, you guys, can you hear me? If you can hear me, would you give me a 5 by 5 in the comments, please? Five by 5. Hi, Jen. Random, good to see you. Roxy, good to see you. Glad you got your seeds. All right, I'm still getting the last few things together, but here we are. Cannon, water bath canning, salsa. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Presto as a water bath canner today, and I'm going to go ahead and get this on the stove on a low simmer, just so that it's hot and ready. And I'm going to be using brand new lids, and I'm also going to, first I'm going to wash these, and then I'm going to also put them in water on a simmer on the stove. Hi, Miss Sharon, good to see you. You're canning pineapple, Jen? I dropped the link up above if you want to hop on panel. I don't know how to do it, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to join me. Maybe next time, okay. And so I'm gonna sterilize. So when you're water bath canning, you do want to sterilize your jars and your lids. So I've got my lids right here, lids and rings in some water, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on a simmer on the stove as well. Okay, and then we're kind of winging the recipe. I have 8 pint jars, and I'm going to start sterilizing these in the oven. I'm going to put them in at 250, and they should be nice and hot and sterilized by the time we're ready to fill them. Okay, so we're kind of winging this recipe. I have 7 onions, 7 bell peppers, and then I have the last of last year's tomato harvest. Here, and these are frozen. They're San Marzano. Well, actually, no, they're not all San Marzano. That's not a San Marzano. But I'm going to show you a really cool way to peel these without blanching. So frozen tomatoes are really easy to peel, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so that's the next step. We have our jars and lids sterilizing. We have our water bath canner filled, and it's also heating on the stove. And now we're going to start chopping everything and peeling these tomatoes. Okay. So to peel frozen tomatoes, you just pop them in some room temperature water and let them sit for just about, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute. Yeah, Roxy. So I'm going to be using the ball recipe, and the ball recipe calls for vinegar. So that's going to acidify it enough to water bath can. But tomatoes, just like plain tomatoes, are neutral. So they're not really acidic enough to just water bath can by themselves. Now, I know people that do, and I don't know. It's debatable, right? But yeah, I'm going to be water bath canning, and we are going to be adding vinegar to the recipe so that it is nice and acidic. Okay. So once these sit in the water for a little while, they're just going to peel really easily. Just like that. So I'm just going to start peeling these. Hi, Carol. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'd rather be safe. Yeah, me too. I like to play it safe. Okay, and so the peels, I know you can save them and like make tomato powder. I'm going to be giving them to my chickens. Hey Mike, how you doing? Papa's Farm. Y'all feel free to drop links. There are many amazing creators in the chat. So that's how you peel a frozen tomato, really easily. And the longer they sit in the water, the easier it gets. And I'm going to put these back in the water just so that they start to soften a little bit. And I did drop the StreamYard link as well if anyone wants to pop up. So how are everyone's gardens coming along this year? I'm growing, I think, 11 varieties of heirloom tomatoes this year. I'm really excited. And then at least four 4 or 5 hybrid varieties that I'm also pretty excited about. Yeah, Carol. Root knot nematodes. I'm not really that familiar with nematodes. Late start, yeah, Roxy. Here in Texas, you really have to fight that heat, although it has been pretty cool this year. Here, at least, in Central Texas. But normally that heat just is brutal. Late start to Miss Sharon. Early corn. I have never had good luck growing corn, although I've only tried to grow it twice. Many seedlings started. Cold weather crops in. I know, I'm always super impressed by what y'all Canadians are capable of growing with such a short grow season. Okay, so okay. They're slippery. Okay, I might let them soften just a little bit more. Yeah, I've never had luck with the brandy wines either, Random. Okay, I guess we're going to let these tomatoes thaw a little bit more. And I guess I'm going to start chopping the onions. So I'm loosely following the ball recipe. I wasn't all the way together when 11 o'clock rolled around though. So we're really winging it. I'm going to sharpen my knife a little bit. Okay. So can you all help me keep track of how many cups we're doing? This is the first cup of onions. 1 cup of onion. Root knot nematodes are in the sand in Florida soil. They are very tiny worms that lay their eggs in the roots of many annuals and cause the plant to slowly die. Oh, well, that's no fun. Are there good nematodes, Carol? Because I think it seems like I've heard that there are good nematodes. Pineapple sprouted this spring. Did you grow it from a top? That's one thing. When I was at my parents' property in Hawaii last summer, I planted a bunch of pineapple for them. Just from what we were eating, I would eat every I would plant every pineapple that we ate. Are you growing it in a greenhouse, Mike? I wonder if I could do that here in Texas. Okay, that's 2. Are you going to plant your tops, Jen? Have they ever fruited, Mike? You don't like pineapple? Okay, 3 cups of onions so far. Thank you all for coming to hang out with me. Set it and forget it. Yeah, that's how it is in Hawaii too, Carol. They take a long time. I think my parents had a couple of pineapple plants that they planted a few years ago, and they were just starting to fruit after like 3 years. And they're kind of almost like a succulent type. I don't know. I'm not sure. But they, once they're going, they'll shoot off little babies or suckers. Yeah. Okay. 4 cups of onion. I think we're going to do, I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I use all of these onions? I have 7 onions and 7 bell pepper. Hey, KP Heathen. Thank you, Miss Sharon, for dropping links. Yeah. Jen. I've thought about doing a pineapple as like a house plant. They're cool looking plants. They look almost like, they grow almost like an aloe vera. Use it all? Yeah, okay. Five cups of onion. Hey, Michelle, you came for me? I wish I enjoy pineapple salsa. I wish I had a pineapple. I would throw some pineapple in this salsa. Okay. 6 cups of onion. Ground pounder, good to see you. Oh, I am subscribed to you. Five cups, Mark. Thanks, Mike. What did I miss about the cumin? So is everyone familiar with water bath canning? If you have any questions, I know there are several canners in the chat, including myself, that we are happy to answer. any questions about canning. Let's see, 6. Are you heading out, Carol? I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Have a wonderful Saturday in Florida. I miss the beach so much. Or just water in general. I'm really a swimmer. You've only done jelly so far, Roxy? And jelly is actually one of the more complicated things. Like, it can be a little bit challenging to get jelly to set sometimes. No, I'm not using any flavoring. Just salt and vinegar. And then I'm going to put, garlic and cilantro. Yeah, totally. This is probably going to be a pretty long live stream. You are not obligated to stay at all. I think that's 7. Oh, cool. Yeah, so we here you're in Texas too, actually. But I forage Mustang and Muscadine grapes every year. And I make grape jelly from the foraged grapes. And then I have done prickly pear. I've done prickly pear once, and then we normally also do the agarita berry, which is super yummy. It tastes really close to guava jelly to me. And yeah, the agarita berry is delicious. It's kind of a pain to collect because the bushes are really spiny and the fruit are really small. But it does make a delicious jelly. Yes, totally. What a blessing to have all those grapes. Okay. I think we're going to call that 8. 8. And I'm actually going to start putting everything in the pot because we are going to heat it. You wish wine yeast liked you. Now, I've recently quit drinking alcohol because I learned how to make wine. And I realized I started drinking a lot of wine when I was making wine. I used expired wine yeast. It was like a year and a half expired, and it worked fine. Joe, I am making salsa, and we're going to be water bath canning it. Hello, how are you? How's your mom? Yeah. Yeah, so I quit drinking alcohol about a month ago. And that was part of the reason why, was because I was drinking a lot of wine that I was making, and it was strong and good, but man, it was really strong. T-boned. You were in a car accident, Joe? Oh no. Are you okay? Okay, is that 9, I believe? And I'm actually using my water bath canner to put everything in today. I don't know why I'm doing it that way, but I am. Teenager playing on her phone. Some people drive like life does not matter. Oh, that's frustrating. It's upsetting. There have been several fatal accidents right around this area over the past week, and it's just really upsetting and sad. Salsa. Making salsa. Okay, last onion, and then we're going to go back to the tomatoes. And I think that's 10 cups of onion. Nachos, taco meat, cheese, and salsa. It's a party. Yum. Okay, I think that's 10 cups. Was that 10 cups? Some people, huh? Entitled children and parents, right? If that was my daughter, I'd be so mad at her. Okay, so we are going to move on to tomatoes again. Salsa. And then after we're done making the salsa, I have a little game that I want to play. If there's time, we might. So I didn't film this, but I made a whole batch of salsa using these little tinies, the yellow pear cherry tomatoes, and it was really delicious. I wanted to make a video, but sometimes you just have to get things done without making a video. The frustrations of creating content on YouTube. Uh-oh, Joe. You a troublemaker? And for anyone coming in, so this is a frozen tomato that I've just popped in some room temperature water. Look how easily that peels. It's amazing. I will never go back to blanching tomatoes ever. It's just so much easier. And the tomato skins are going to my chickens. I know, it was a chore. It was a chore to peel them, Carol. And I have a bunch of cilantro right now. This one is not quite ready. I forgot to go pick it though. So I have some in the freezer too. Do you guys think I should use fresh cilantro, or I have some in the freezer? Fresh, okay. I agree. Hey, Food Forest Permaculture, nice to see you. I added a little bit warmer water because the water was starting to get really icy. Oh, that's sad, Carol. Yes, go subscribe to Food Forest Permaculture. He has an amazing channel. I haven't been over in a while, but he has a super established food forest. Oh my goodness. Goals. And I think he's in Canada. Can you imagine if everyone just grew food in their backyards? That would solve so many problems. Thank you for stopping by, Ground Pounder. Have a great day. Yes, Miss Sharon. Yeah, Jen, around here in Texas, I see more and more people growing gardens. I see raised beds in lots and lots of my neighbors' yards, which is nice. And then when I went home to Hawaii, food is so abundant there. Like, it's so crazy. There's on my parents' property, they have hundreds of pounds of wild sweet potatoes that are almost invasive. Like, they just take over. And I was pulling out sweet potatoes that were like that big. They're so big. April 30th, I'm homeless. Well, Joe, maybe this is a new chapter in your life that will be really, really abundant and good. You never know. Doors can open so fast. And every time, I can't speak for anyone else, but every time I've been in a situation where things seem hard and the future doesn't seem bright, God will just open a door. April 22nd is Earth Day. Plant a tree. I've actually planted all the trees I think I'm going to plant this spring. Here in Texas, you have to beat that heat because it will get so hot and it's hard to keep a sapling alive through the summer. Oh, you can snuggle with your older neighbor, Joe. Well, you got options. Hi, Anne. Nice to see you. How are y'all doing? Joe. I'm gonna pile all of these peeled tomatoes in this bowl right here. Okay, and we are over halfway done with these tomatoes. We still got this many. How are you guys, Anne? I need to email you. We need to get together. These are last year's tomatoes. Well, the last of last year's tomatoes. And they've been frozen. I don't know if you've ever seen this trick, Anne, but if you put frozen tomatoes in lukewarm water, it makes them just super easy to peel. The riper ones are really, really easy. The ones that are a little bit underripe can be a little bit challenging. Let's see. We've met twice, and both times we met in like a halfway town. And I think it was about I think I drove farther actually. It was a 4-hour drive for us to get to the halfway point. So we are kind of far, but it's nice to get together every once in a while. And actually, Anne, so I actually ended up getting sick for the Preppers and Homesteaders Bazaar, and my husband did it all by himself. Bless his heart. He's so amazing. But they're holding another one in the fall. I don't know the exact date, but they are holding another Preppers and Homesteaders Bazaar in the fall in Bandera, Texas, that I will be vending at. So there's your notice. And Bandera is right outside of San Antonio. So there's the Alamo and lots of cool historic things to do. Yeah, let us know whenever you're in the area. Yes. Property taxes are very high in Texas. And I don't know about other states, but in Texas, like I protest my property taxes every year. And it's kind of a pain, but it's worth it. And it's totally doable. It does take some legwork, but you can do it. You don't have to be a lawyer. That one's hard. You're gonna go pick mulberries? My husband and my 4-year-old are actually picking more mulberries right now. Here. That one's really mushy. Yeah, you have to do it every year. Yeah. So normally when your appraisal comes in, you like go around and take pictures. And then you just file. Like there's a form here in Texas, there's a form that you go online and you fill out the form, and then you go in person and you protest them, and they'll give you an offer. So like the last couple years I've gotten probably about $40,000 taken off the appraised value of our home. And I have to refresh my memory every year, but I found out how to do it on YouTube. Like there are lawyers and real estate agents who will tell you exactly how to do it on YouTube. And it's good for everyone because it keeps the values down, right? It keeps the prices down. Yeah, and here in Texas, you can. I don't know about Florida. Yeah, it is awesome. Because it's ridiculous, right? It's so ridiculous. You do I know there are several options, right? We've always done the in-person one, but I know there are several different ways to do that. Right, every county is going to be different too. Yeah. And there's also like strategic things that you can do. Like you want to do it towards the end of the time frame, because then other people may have gotten their appraisals lowered. And so because one of the things you're doing is comparing your home to other homes that are similar to yours in the area. That's another way that you can get them lowered, is to say like, oh, well, look at this house over here. It's pretty much the same and it's lower. Take care, Roxy. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Okay, we're getting towards the end of these tomatoes here, you guys. Thank you for your patience today. And yeah, as Carol was saying earlier, you definitely don't have to stay for this whole live stream. I know it's probably going to be pretty long. Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm going to get some water really quick, you guys. Okay. Oh, thank you, Carol. Okay. All right. So if y'all could help me again, keep track. And I'm not going to take the seeds out. I'm keeping the seeds in. These San Marzanos really don't have a lot of seeds anyway. Yes, thank you to everyone who is on the replay. Okay, 1. And I'm hoping, I think I'm going to have more onions than tomatoes. But we'll see. Hey, Bushcraft family. Charles, nice to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you. Hope you're well. Thank you for stopping by. Charles also has a great YouTube channel. If someone could drop his link. Almost homesteading with Janet. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, that's 2 cups of tomatoes. And actually, I'm going to go get a writing utensil and a little piece of paper so that I can write down what we're doing. So 10 cups of onion. 10 cups of onions in there and 2 cups of tomatoes so far. Thank you, Janet, I appreciate that. Enjoy your gardening. Yeah, Joe, so what, no major injuries? T-boned at 55. I'm so glad you walked away from that. Thank you, Miss Sharon, for dropping links. Okay, 3 cups of tomatoes. Man, Joe. Wow. So she ran a red light? Is that what happened? Or a stop sign? All right, Anne. Have a great day. Yeah, have a great weekend. Okay, well, I think this is 4. Is that 4? Miles over the speed limit. People drive crazy around here. It really upsets me. Like, if I'm by myself in the car, that's one thing, but if I have my kids with me, young teenagers mostly, but not always, but a lot of the times. Wow, we've been on for an hour and 7 minutes. Thank you guys. Okay, this is 5, I believe. Five. Thank you, Random. Thank you, Carol. So, Carol, I'm shooting for about equal parts tomato, pepper, and onion. But we'll see. I think I'm just going to chop everything that I have and see what it is. So that's 6. I have 10 cups of onion, so that I'm thinking there might be a little bit more onion, but that's okay. And then I'm kind of just going by memory. So I guess that makes this not an approved recipe, but I'm going off of, I've made the ball salsa recipe one time, like by the book, and that was a long time ago. That was probably one of the first things that I made, water bath canning. Yes, Charles, I'm excited too. So these are actually last year's tomatoes. They've been in the freezer, and I'm just clearing up some freezer space because yes, I hope this year we have a lot more tomatoes. I would love to can sauce this year, but we'll see. I'm growing over 10 varieties of heirloom tomatoes and 5 varieties of hybrid tomatoes this year. I'm going to add this cilantro later. Yeah. And that's 6. Thank you, Randa. Is this 6 or 7? I think that's 6. That was 7. Okay. Thank you for keeping track. See, I would have I would have been thrown off just then. I need to stop over by your channel, Bushcraft Family. I haven't been over in a while. See what you've been up to. 8. That's kind of pasty looking, but that's okay. And it looks like my battery is starting to run low. Hang on, I'll stop and plug it in just a minute. Hopefully it doesn't die before then. These ones are mushy. Okay, so it looks like 8.5 cups of tomato is what it's going to be. So 8.5. And I'll be right back. I need to see if I can plug my phone in. Okay. There we go. Here's the chicken bowl so far. And moving on to bell pepper. So the bell pepper and the onion are store-bought. Yeah. And I was surprised at how expensive bell peppers are. Craziness. Almost $1 a piece. For those guys. Yum, duck broth, pressure can pinto beans. Who's making that? Is Random making that? That sounds amazing. And yes, I learned how to pressure can, combination between YouTube and then just my pressure canner's manual. But I learned a lot on YouTube. And part of it is just doing it. It is a little bit scary the first time, but once you start and once you successfully do it, it's so fulfilling, right? And it's a great skill and an incredibly useful skill. Like Jen just got all those produce deals. And a lot of times, like, produce deals are my favorite deals because if you have the skill to preserve that food, it's an amazing deal at times. Like here in Texas, at the end of peach season, you can go and get, they're called seconds, and you can get amazing deals on peaches at the end of the season. And just can them up. And you save a lot of money. So this is going to be a chunky salsa. And that's 1 cup of bell pepper. And I know we're no fun. We're not going to use any spicy peppers. Because my family is so sensitive. Mango season. In Hawaii, they make pickled green mango. And it's so good. Yeah, dehydrate, freeze. Just, yeah, putting it up, whichever way you can will save you money. Oh, my daughter just came, took a bite out of the bell pepper. You want the whole half? Welcome back, Janet. How's your garden growing? So far, just to recap, Janet, I'm using frozen tomatoes from last year's harvest, and I'm using the method where you peel them by just putting them in lukewarm water, and they peel really easily without having to blanch them. And we have, let's see, 10 cups of onion, 8.5 cups of tomato, and we're working on bell pepper. This is the 2nd cup of bell pepper, I think. Yeah, mine too, Janet. The weeds are just as happy as the vegetable plants that I planted this year. I need to get out there and do some maintenance. But we've got our first little tomato flowers. And tiny little green tomatoes popping up. A bunch of different squashes, beans, peppers. A lot. It's looking really good. Yeah, it sounds like you're somewhere a little bit colder than we are. If it freezes at this point here in Texas, something is wrong. But we could still get hail though, actually. It's been a weird year. It was a really warm winter, and it's been a really cool spring so far. Indiana. Oh, okay. Yeah, here in Texas, our last frost date is normally, I don't know, actually. I thought I knew. March? I think it's in March. I got things out really early this year, kind of a little bit too early, but it was such a mild winter. Okay, I think this is 3. 3? I think so. That was 4. Oh. About. Can you just say hi, Leah? Hi. I have hungry teenagers prowling the kitchen. Okay, take care, Janet. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, that's 4, right? No. Oh. Okay, I think this is 4. And I hope 8 pint jars is enough. If not, I'll just put the rest in the fridge to be eaten up. Yeah, I agree, Carol. Bit by bit, one drop at a time. I'm definitely that way. And I, like, the deeper we get into our homestead, I really want to plant more and more perennials, right? Things that, native perennials that don't take much maintenance, that produce food year after year. You love the color of the cutting board. Okay, we're gonna call that 5. See, my method, one of the things that I did this year that I really like, that I want to continue doing, is just kind of wildly sowing all of my expired seeds. And I planted a lot. Of like direct sow. I feel like I'm really organized at the beginning of the season, and then it just slowly gets crazy. What's Izzy doing? Yeah, Miss Sharon, do it. How's the pineapple coming, Jen? This is interesting. I get to really time myself with exactly how long it takes to make salsa, start to finish. Yeah, I know. It's like I'm so organized, and I'm going to label everything in the beginning, and now it's like I go out and I'm like, this is a variety of squash. Not sure which one, but we'll see when it fruits, I guess. All right, that is 6. I need to sharpen my knife again. Take care, Howie. Thank you for stopping by. Nice to see you.
Did you see the eye joint earlier?
What?
Did you see the eye joint earlier? Like,
No, I didn't see you.
an hour ago.
I missed you. What's your screen name?
No, I think it's like my bar 12 or something like that. I'm not sure.
I have OCD about certain things, but I don't know. It just depends. All right. 7. You're finished already, Jen? I think I didn't realize how long this would take. Thank you for spending your precious time with me. This one looks like it got a little bit frozen in the fridge. Oh, missed it. Especially my tomatoes this year, like there's so many different varieties and they're all in like the same kind of area, but none of them are labeled. So it's gonna be a guessing game. But I know that all of the heirlooms are together and then all of the hybrids are together in a different spot. So I know which seeds I can save at least. I think that's 8. Yes, shout out to Random. Thank you so much for keeping track, creating this recipe with me. And then as we start to heat it, I'm going to look up the ball recipe really quick to see exactly how much vinegar we need. Okay. 9 cups of bell peppers. Okay, so 10 cups of onions, 8.5 cups of tomato, and 9 cups of bell peppers. Okay. This is what it looks like right now. And okay, I don't think I have enough battery to take y'all with me to pick the cilantro, but I'm gonna go pick some cilantro and I will be right back. You can host if you'd like, Maya. I'll be here. You can tell jokes.
I don't know any jokes.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Venus. Venus. Shh. Shh. Quiet. Venus. Venus. Quiet.
Our dog was barking. I'm eating frozen yogurt. Where? Okay. All right, take care, Random. Yeah, we're making salsa. And here is our garden fresh cilantro. Is she still in the hospital, Joe? Okay, so we love cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you have the soap gene, you can just not add any.
The soap gene?
Yeah, like some people have a gene where cilantro tastes like soap, like really soapy. Oh, she's in a nursing home, all right. Oh. Do you like cilantro? You like cilantro. No. If you want to dig in the freezer, there's 2 spicy peppers in there if you want to find them. I will chop them really fine and add them in if you want. They're from Monica and Neil. Yeah, that's so hard. Okay, so I don't know. I might just get this on the stove and then end this stream and come back for the canning part. Because we've been on for almost 2 hours and I feel like I need to take a little bit of a break. Look at all that cilantro. That's quite a bit. I'm gonna wash it. Whoops. It is organically grown, but I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna rinse it.
All the bugs off of it. Cilantro and yogurt.
Hey Maya, can you do me a favor? Can you look up the ball salsa recipe and tell me how much vinegar they put in it? Really quick, please. Why?
Because I'm out of time.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
That's why I keep powering off and powering back on my phone. Because if I power it back on, I'll give me 2 seconds. And I'm waiting for Isaac.
Scamming the system.
So I'm waiting for Isaac to text me back. Because he doesn't have a phone yet. So he has to like go onto his laptop or whatever he uses.
Yes, Miss Sharon, I'm excited. Okay. Excuse me. All right, this is what it's looking like. And then I'm gonna leave chat for a minute and look up how much vinegar I'm gonna use.
My bad. There you go. Fixed it.
All right. Wow, they only call for 2 tablespoons of minced cilantro. It's gonna be super cilantro. That's okay. All right. Maya. Vinegar. Okay, so we are going to, we've got 10 cups onion, 8.5 cups of tomato, 9 cups of sweet bell peppers. We're gonna put 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm gonna put 3. 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. Let me write that down. We're gonna put 2 teaspoons of salt. This is a half a teaspoon, so I'm going to put 4 of these. Four. And we're going to put a half a cup of white vinegar. So a half a cup. Of white vinegar, no chocolate chips. All right, and that is the recipe. So 10 cups of onion, 8.5 cups of tomato, 9 cups of sweet bells, a half a cup of white vinegar, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 2 teaspoons of salt. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the stove, and I'm gonna bring it to a boil, and then I'm gonna jar it into my hot jars, which are sterilizing in the oven. My lids are also sterilizing on the stove, and I'm gonna water bath can it for 20 minutes. Okay, and I think I'm gonna end this stream because I'm losing my voice. And we've been on for 2 hours. All right. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. Hit the like button on your way out. And y'all have a wonderful weekend.